We are starting. Okay, now we are starting. It feels really odd, as I just said a few words to all these people in presence. I already started the conference, and I know that out there are people who wait that we start the conference. So it feels artificial, but I now start and open the conference. So welcome to Salzburg, whether you came via train, plane, or via digital technique. I really warmly welcome you to this conference, to this working conference. So stress on working. You're all invited to work, whether you're here or not. The conference called Dynamic Practices, Static Terms, which is basically two conferences. Perhaps two conferences with each a topic, a meta topic, a subtopic. This sounds irritating, I know, and I will come back to that in some minutes. But firstly, I really want to introduce people who are here in this physical space with me, and people I assume who are somewhere out in the other space, in the outer space. So I really firstly want to welcome those people you don't see in the moment. They are not in a digital space, they are much more in a technical space So I want to warmly welcome our colleagues who are doing the technical magic here, which is Markus Ertl, is Arthur Klingner, is Daniela Kasperer, and is Florian, who just jumped in, so I don't know the surname, but very welcome, warm welcome, and thank you very much in advance. So, and now I want to a little bit introduce who's here with me. We have, fortunately, we made it that we have from all countries who are doing a country report tomorrow, we have a representative, which is really great. So this means perhaps we really come into work together and not just in information. So this is Stanislav Godewski sitting here. We have Adam Mukina here. We have Anna Sepes here. We have Ketju Gravu over here. We have Christoph Lutz-Scheuerle, who is representing the German delegation, which is mostly out there, but warm welcome. Great that you made it. Mira Sack for the Swiss delegation, and also Andres Birgisser from the Swiss delegation will join us pretty soon, we will see. There are here representative of Mozarteum, of our master study, Susanne Litschauer, Andreas Steutner. I'm very excited. They are also representing all the colleagues from Thomas Bernhard Institute and our place, which I guess are somewhere on the computers now. So hello to you all. Next time we see us again in here. So, and there are students of the master studies. And here we have Dominic, and we have Amela, and we have Aimé, and we have Jonas. And we have, and now I do the shift to the community in the digital space. I want to welcome you very warmly. Even so, I'm a little bit handicapped as I don't see your faces. I can imagine some faces. I can imagine the faces of our students who are not here. So Ruth in Palermo and Leo in Warsaw. And do I miss somebody? Kim in Berlin, I guess so. And all the other colleagues. And I know that there are, I want to warmly welcome people from Finland who are with us these days. There are colleagues from Ukraine in joining us for the country report and for the conference. There are more people from the German delegation, from the Swiss delegation. Lalu Mukoku from South Africa. Lalu, I know that you're here somewhere, so hello. And much more. Erika Piazzoli, and of course the colleagues from Ireland who did the last conference. So Manfred Schäfe, Björn Woodhouse, hey, wherever you are. I hope to see you in Zoom the next days. And last but not least, I want to welcome George Pfründner and Milena Moser from Fachhochschule Nordwestschweiz, which are supporting us. They are like the guidance through the digital parts of the conference. So thank you very much for that in advance, and a warm welcome. And whoever I forgot now or didn't know that they would be there, I want you please to write us in the next Zoom session that we can make you somehow physical in this space as well, and also in the digital space. I'm going now to the third point on my list. This, what I already announced, the two topics, the two main topics, the one subtopic and the one meta topic. So what we're doing today and tomorrow is this part of the conference, which we call the Glossary of Performing Arts in Context, which started in Cork 2 years ago, and which we want to go on with. We will have a keynote from Femi Foloruntu in Scotland. So hey Femi, I guess you already hear us. And you'll get an impulse about an online festival we did together with the Swiss colleagues, with like 3 universities and a bunch of, let's say, 30 people, students and artists and scientists from all over the world. The walking terms, we will introduce that to you as an idea of doing an open glossary, an accessible thing. Tomorrow we will have the country reports with this focus on East Europe. And on Friday and Saturday, we have another topic, which is the topic PACPAC, whatever this means. This means a working title, the Permanent University Conference Performing Arts in Context, which we want to found, which we will like fill with life and needs of all those who are joining, and also this we want to create ongoing, growing. And this leads me to our subtopic. I think we have a subtopic. We got it now through this postponing the conference from the first planning doing it in Vienna, the second planning doing it in spring last year, in this year in Salzburg, now doing it in this form. So in a way, a subtopic was created, which is called how to do international networks, transnational corporations in those times, how to do it in any times, how to do it in that we know that we have to be sustainable, not just because of Corona, that we have to take care in terms of money, who can do what, while we know that not all parts of the world have the same privileges in terms of money, in terms of representation. So how to do this properly, how to learn from, let's say, post-colonial theories and bring it in action by founding such a network and going on with the glossary and the country reports. So this is like a subtopic, because this is not just about philosophy, this is about very concrete conference design, about very concrete hierarchies in organizational structures. So this is what will accompany us as well. And we have a meta topic. I would call it asymmetry. So there's, which refers to our subtopic somehow. And this is the asymmetry in terms of what we have now, live and digital. So who has access in what way to those situations where we want to decide something, where we have to decide perhaps also something, to get something done, to proceed further. It's asymmetry also in terms of money, I already mentioned. It's asymmetry in terms of representation, who is able to represent the history, practices, theories in our fields. So in terms of functions and so on, please feel free to fulfill the list of asymmetries we are facing, which doesn't mean that we can't do something. So this brings me to this other point of why are we sticking to the conference in those times? Why are we doing this? And I would bring it down personally, from my perspective, to two terms. This is credibility and visibility. So who should ever believe that what we are doing, the issues we are representing, the communities we are representing are important if we don't? I just see that Elisa is coming. Is that true? So just come in. So we say hello to Elisa Olenik, which is represented from Ukraine in this conference. So visibility, yes, this was the point. Who should believe us? And how can we make our issues, our communities we work with, which are very often not the most privileged ones, how can we make them visible if we now calm down on our private sofas, try to proceed digitally, which partly works very well, but partly not. So this is one point. The core conference I mentioned is 2 years ago. Who would know from the core conference? Who can remember what we did there? Who was there? Just a few persons. So how can we keep on continuing our issues, our needs, our desires? If we not at all try at least doing a sort of bridging, a sort of pit stop, and perhaps this is what we're doing there, like a stop and a step between Cork and Zurich, where colleagues are already planning for next year's, and hopefully it works, and we will see in which design it will appear, because the pandemic times now are in a way also a situation which brings us together into troubles. So I prefer personally now to be with you in the trouble and be with you somehow in the situation to get something done, even it's just a small step. Instead of saying, okay, Cork has been before the pandemic, and now in Zurich, perhaps we are sort of after pandemic, and in between, what was it? A dream or something? No, we have to learn from this situation now, because this situation refers to all the points I already mentioned, the sustainability, the asymmetry, the very problems we are at, the very challenges we are at anyway. So this is like the reasons why we decided to do this adventure. And now, as it starts, I'm really excited about. And so I would now open this experiment, and I would ask you and invite you to work with us on this experiment, to feedback on the meta and the sub and the main topics, and if you create 2 more, do it. So this is our open physical digital space, and I'm very happy that we can share it. And now I'm looking to my watch, and now I'm proudly and very happy that I can introduce another person to you, which I haven't forgotten. I just want to give an extra floor to Judith Franke, my dear colleague, who is preparing with me this conference since I have the feeling ages, but no, just month, I guess so. So warm welcome to Judith, and who is presenting and representing our place here together with me, and who will now say some organizational things, and also hosting our first keynote. So the floor is yours, Judith.
Thank you, Ulrike. Warm welcome also from my side to everyone here and everyone out there. As Ulrike already said, we are incredibly excited to be working with you in whatever space that might be it here be it via Zoom, or be it also, just joining the stream. On that side, maybe 2 or 3 organizational steps as said. We try to make the best working situation out of the different spaces. So you're hopefully watching this over stream right now, which brings me to the first organizational point already. We'll try to switch streams once I'm done talking. So after I told you now that hopefully you got the login for the Zoom meetings, for the digital working spaces. If not, shoot us an email at applied-theatre@mods.ac.at, and we'll get the information out to you again. For me to introduce our first keynote speaker, Babafemi Folorunsho, who we're very excited that he can join us in the digital space at least, because he was supposed to be here and it didn't work. We will be switching streams, so I'd ask you to, go to the second stream on your list. That should be the keynote, and I'll be seeing you and Femi there in a minute and a half, maybe 2.